say spit shine my helmet, you will spit shine my helmet. If I say jump, you will say how high. When I say stand up straight, I mean stand up straight. Do you know what straight is? Petty waist?
Not really, sir, but I'm standing as straight as I can right now, sir.
Well, that's great, wise guy. We'll see how wise you are when you're chained up in some Iraqi prison getting whooped by some dude in a black leather mask. Do you have any idea how that feels, soldier?
I do, sir, right here, sir. I must have had that experience at least 50 times, sir.
Where, soldier, Da Nang?
No, sir, San Francisco, sir.
Welcome back to the Angry American, everyone. Headline: Ukrainian military showcases unicorn LGBTQ badge after dropping Azov's neo-Nazi insignia. Now, on the surface, this story is ridiculous. It's hilarious. It's ridiculous. It's out. But you dig a little deeper as to why in the hell an obvious neo-Nazi group of I don't even like calling them right. We'll say far out extremists battalion would ever in a million freaking years put on a change out their super psycho Nazi badge for a unicorn LGBTQ badge. Because I can tell you almost for damn sure that these guys are not LGBTQ. Okay? We can get that right out the way. All right? If you're going to try to tell me that this battalion of Nazis is LGBTQ, then that's a whole nother story that I guess we should look into, because obviously Nazis are gay Nazis. I don't know. What world are we living in, folks? Anyway, we're going to dig a little deeper because my boy Salty made a video about this today, and I peeped it, and he kept it light. But there's something more sinister here, and we're going to explore that a little bit here. I'm going to get right into it. I'm over here on Information Liberation. Anyway, let's get to it. Just one day after the Azov battalion announced they were rebranding by dropping the Wolf's Angle from their patches, regime media began hyping a unicorn LGBTQ patch that's now being worn by Ukraine LGBTQ soldiers as they head for war. Moving on. Moving on. So dumb. As volunteer fighters Alexander Zuhan and Antonina Romanova, that's a guy's name, packed for a return to active duty, they contemplate the unicorn insignia that gives their uniform a rare distinction, a symbol of their status as an LGBTQ couple who are Ukrainian soldiers. I am done. I'm dead. This is the dumbest shit I have ever seen in my life. But let's keep moving on here. Blah, blah, blah. There's the little unicorn logo. I'm going to read this right here to you. Was the DC regime, Biden regime, aka Biden regime, $40 billion aid package contingent on rebranding the Azov battalion led by Ukrainian military into LGBTQ warriors? Now, I know that sounds absurd, but let me read on. The Biden regime loves raising the LGBT flag over all the nations they occupy, so it wouldn't surprise me if that was the case. When the war first kicked off, British MI6 chief Richard Morse said that the battle at its core was a struggle for LGBT plus rights. I gotta go on. Patriarch, I guess this is a spiritual leader of the Russian Orthodox Church, responded by stating that the special operation was a battle against a godless international order built on gay pride parades. For 8 years, there have been attempts to destroy what exists in the Donbass. And the Donbass region is in the southeastern region of the Ukraine, and it's about, as far as I know, half ethnic Russians, somewhere in the area of half, and I think the majority speak Russian. So let's just get that out of the way. For 8 years, an attempt to destroy what exists in the Donbass, Kirill said. And in the Donbass, there's rejection, a fundamental rejection of the so-called values that are offered today by those who claim world power. We fight for the new world order. Remember that line from that Ukrainian bitch?
Right now, it's a critical time because we know that we not only fight for Ukraine, we fight for this new world order, this new world order, this new world order.
Today, there is such a test for the loyalty of this government, a kind of pass to that happy world, the world of excess consumption, the world of visible freedom. Do you know what the test is? The test is very simple and at the same time terrible. This is a gay parade, Kirill continued. The demands on many to hold a gay parade are a test of loyalty to that very powerful world. And we know that if people or countries reject these demands, then they do not enter into that world. They become strangers to it. That's the deep, dark, scary part of this. Something very strange going on. Listen, let's look at the LGBTQ rights in Ukraine currently. And this is on lefty Wikipedia. It's legal since 91. I imagine that's around the time Biden started getting investments in the Ukraine. And the other lefty scums, maybe Bush, maybe, Obama, maybe, Clinton, maybe, allegedly. Transgender people are allowed to change their gender, but there's some caveats to this. Recognition of relationships, no recognition of same-sex relationships. Restrictions, same-sex marriage, constitutionally banned. Adoption, single people allowed to adopt, same-sex couples banned. Single persons who are citizens of Ukraine, regardless of sexual orientation, are allowed to adopt, but same-sex couples are explicitly banned. Transsexuality is classified as a psychiatric disorder in Ukraine. You can cut off your gender bits, but you have to be 25 years old. All seems reasonable, and the transsexuality is classified as a psychiatric disorder, and I'm inclined to agree. I don't know about you, but I'm inclined to agree. So, and the Azov Battalion, who were, I think they had their asses handed to them a little while, maybe a week or so ago in Mariupol. Of course, there's propaganda from our government to tell us all kinds of crazy shit about what goes on. You can believe about 1% of what you hear on the news, I swear to God. The Azov Battalion announced they were rebranding to the Gay Battalion. And the very big point that I got out of it was the $40 billion aid package. And now these assholes are taking these badges off and putting these on. I think this man right here is right about all these things I read to you. It's very sinister, very strange, hard to explain. Not sure what the hell they're up to. I think it might be all part of the demoralization, but not just of a nation, as Yuri discussed. I think it's a demoralization of the entire planet to get us to just break, snap in half, and fall over. These people are out of their minds. And we need to keep up the information war with these assholes because they are not stopping. Constant propaganda. This is the most... Reuters is a joke. They are not a news agency. They're a propaganda wing of the extreme leftist freaks or whatever the hell they are that are trying to take over this whole planet. It's really weird. Anyway, guys, I'm going to let this one go for now because there's so much to glean from this. I'm going to do some more research and I'll get back to you. But on the surface, this thing is completely nuts. And there's a lot to be said for what this article says about the reasoning for this whole switch of a radical manly man's battalion of what they call right-wing extremists. They're going to put on a unicorn gay LGBTQ patch. Come on, man. This I call BS. Anyway, guys, until next time, I need you to be aware of your surroundings at all times and become involved if you can in your local government, because these people are trying to just wear us out at this point. They're amping up everything they have in the run up to November. It's getting crazy out there. Be aware of your surroundings at all times, because shit be popping off out here. Peace out.
And now is a time when things are shifting. There's gonna be a new world order out there, and we've got to lead it. There'll be a new world order out there.
But right now, it's a critical time because we know that we not only fight for Ukraine, we fight for this new world order. This new world order. This new world order.
I learned about kids jumping on my lap, and I love kids jumping on my lap.